Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
What up?
Hello.
Uh, can you tell who this is?
Not yet. You want to just tell me? Or is it going to be guessing game?
It's a tough decision. No, it's awesome. No one can see my number, right?
I can, but they can't.
Yeah, but no one else can.
No.
Okay. What's up? It's awesome. You can't tell this is me. What's it?
Witsit. Hey, Witsit. No, okay, now I hear it, but you know what though? I don't even recall, like, I just wouldn't expect you to call. What's going on?
It's just random. I'm like, I'm about to have to go run an errand. I saw you were live on X, and I saw you had a call-in number. So I called in.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm a little sick.
Oh. That's right, you said you felt sick in Antarctica, right? You still getting over that?
Yeah, like when I cough, my chest hurts. Pretty crazy. But anyway, what do you think about how everyone's acting?
Oh, dude, everybody's gone full retard.
Isn't it crazy?
It's wild, man. It's wild. I never expected people to flip on you guys so hardcore. Like, I never seen so much vitriol against you and Jared, and most of it is from flat earthers. Like, it blows my mind. I can't even believe how people are behaving at all. It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy because like, so I'm trying to be like fair about it. So I'm trying to think like, if some random flat earthers I didn't know went, supposedly, I would probably be pretty skeptical at first, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems weird that it's like me and Jaron. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But I can assure you guys, I went there, and that freaking sun goes right to left around your head, and it goes nowhere.
That's pretty interesting. So what did you think when you saw that? Were you like, what was your feeling when you saw it happening?
I guess it was kind of surreal, but I will say that, like, with the time leading up there, I shifted over to, like, expecting to see it. Does that make sense? Because I'm like, they're not going to take us somewhere that it's supposed to be there and then it not be there. Like, I thought the least likely thing the trip would actually happen. We'd go there and see the sunset. Like, what the hell? There's no way that they're going to do that, right? So when I realized that the trip was, like, actually happening, I'm like, dang, you must be able to see, like, a 24-hour sun where we're going. And yeah, so I was really thinking the trip would maybe get canceled or something, and it didn't. And also, I had, like, a flat earther reach out to me, like, 4 days before the trip and say, I've been to Antarctica twice, and there is a 24-hour sun.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'm like, where have you been, man? So
I know, right?
And I also had I had a friend that looked through like all the different Union Glacier videos, and he found like a random YouTube channel with a video with like 100 views of a guy that went skydiving there, and he had a 360 cam that caught the sun. I'm like, well, that's probably not fake, right? Because it's got like 100 views. So there were a bunch of things like that happening, like, leading up to it, where I'm like, oh, dang, we're probably going to see it. And then how confident they were, and, like Duffy acting like he didn't talk to them about it was obviously a lie. I knew that he did. So I guess that kind of changed the way I view it, but it was still pretty surreal to see it. And Antarctica is super flat.
Yeah.
Like, it's super flat. Like,
that's what I was wondering. Did you guys do any like long distance videoing? Do you have anything like that you guys were able to do?
Yeah, so we have like long distance infrared shots. And you just see super far, like even with the naked eye. So we have long distance shots, but it's all ice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously it's super flat. It would have been cool to go down there and just do a bunch of flat earth tests for sure. But they told us, I guess you may know about this, but they told us like, you can only bring one carry-on and then one checked bag up to 55 pounds. So that couldn't really bring anything. And then we get there and they're like, oh, you can bring unlimited bags. It's just the total amount of weight for your whole group. And you guys have like the whole plane for 10 people. You can bring as much as you want. and all the Globers had all kinds of bags. Like they knew, but we didn't. So it
That's
really
dirty.
limited, like, yeah, bro. It limited the equipment I could bring, the tests I could do, so that's pretty lame. And then so I'm like running around Punta Arenas trying to find last minute things, like couldn't find a sextant or a gyro compass or anything, but yeah. So
That's really
that's
dirty. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Globers knew about the unlimited baggage and you guys didn't. What kind of
well, I would assume they
shenanigans is
knew because
that?
yeah, I mean, they brought tons of bags. I don't know why else they would, right? And then, like, there were a few things like that. They got there a day early to kind of be able to chill and rest and, like, get everything together. And obviously they were trying to, like, pounce on the director guy.
Hmm.
And we have these long, crazy flights, like 24 hours of flying. And we get in there, and then, like, bang, we have to hit the ground running. And so, like, get no sleep. And then when we get there, we go out to the observation area, and we get the Starlink set up, and then they don't give the flat earthers the Wi-Fi password. They give it to like Mark to do the attempted 24-hour live stream that crashed, and then Duffy sets up his live stream. Latoon sets up his live stream, and they got them all scheduled, but they're not giving us the Wi-Fi. So like we got taken away from the camp that has Wi-Fi, and then set up a Wi-Fi in our own place. But then so we were basically unable to really check in with people, unable to like try to quickly do a live stream or anything like that for like many hours, like a 7, 8 hours, or maybe till the next morning.
Oh my God.
So,
That's fucked up. See, and then everybody's
yeah,
over here going, why didn't they stream? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? Well, now you guys know why. That's shady.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. And that's another thing I keep trying to tell flat earthers, man. I'm like, yo, just chill out, because even me, just like, I can just field questions. It obviously being real, like any crazy conspiratorial question you can come up with, I can obviously answer it. And so whenever you start to hear the actual information, you're going to feel stupid. And then obviously we had like 7, 8 people filming every freaking second, basically,
Yeah.
you know? So there's actually like way too much data and way too much evidence to like even sift through. So they're going to also feel stupid about that, right? Whenever it's just like videos of everything, the trip there, the trip back, the little scenic flight we did, and GoPro strapped to our chest while we're going from place to place and all this. And then there's a 25-hour long 360 video. I mean, it's like actually a 25-hour long video. And, you can just scroll around with your finger and you can look in all directions. It's an Insta 360. So for you to be able to fact check all of the time lapses, all of the other videos tracking the sun, seeing all the people walking up to their cameras throughout the 24 hours, you're going to be able to like fact check all directions.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. Anyway, not to just talk your head off, but yeah, people should chill. I'll say one thing because I think it's important. I think this is super good for flat Earth.
Me
And
too.
I know people may not. Yeah, that's what I think. People may not feel that way, but I think so. I think like we're supposed to be truthers. If there's a 24-hour sun, I guess what we can say definitively is there is a 24-hour sun in that location. But I will say I think it stays there for a while. Based on talking to everyone, I can guarantee you not everyone at that camp was some like freaking actor. They're just like from Alaska and they come down there during their winter and they work there. They just like climb mountains or whatever. And I talk to all these people, the sun just stays up for a while, and that's good. Like if we were highly skeptical or didn't believe there was one, it's good that we know that there is one. And then I want to say one more thing to you, tell me what you think about this. So we were shown like the globe model, obviously, right? And if I go look at the scriptures, I know everyone doesn't believe in the scriptures, but at the least you got to recognize that they've been pretty on point about a lot. It says that you can't measure the earth, and you can't really know what the earth is. And it says that the earth, it actually means land. It's brought up out of the water, wasn't made till the third day. So there was like water everywhere. Land was brought up out of it. Water above us, water below us, water all around us. Immeasurable water, immeasurable depth to the water, waters below. And so we replaced this like little finite globe model with kind of another one. And it's obviously useful in terms of like conceptualizations and visualizations and understanding like the base premise of things. But maybe that's why, like, maybe we tried to bottle the creator up again, like where the whole attack on him was trying to minimize what he made to act like you can like measure it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of replaced it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in that sense, Effie's being humbled a little bit. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing because I think like this traps them into covering us on the mainstream because they can't resist. It's like the Trump effect, you know, even though obviously Trump is super sus, but like they hate Trump, but they can't resist talking about him because it gives them so many clicks.
Yeah.
And then it just ends up making Trump way bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I view it. So I think it's good. I think truth doesn't fear investigation. And then now, you know, I'm going to be on Candace Owens at the beginning of the year. I got a bunch of big podcasts trying to hit me up. And I'm obviously just going to tell them, you know, what's in the sky doesn't determine what the ground is. And we have physical empirical measurements that falsify the alleged radius of the globe Earth. And let's go through them.
Yes.
So,
absolutely. And I was going to ask when you were going to be on Candace. So after the new year, you're going to be there beginning of the year in January sometime?
Yep. Since I think Mark goes back around the 4th or the 6th, so sometime after that. Should be pretty early in the beginning of the year.
And do you know who's going to be there from the Globe side yet?
Freaking McTune.
No! Oh,
yeah,
God. He's the worst one. He's literally the worst.
I think that might be good, though. Like, people see that that's who's representing that side in a way. It could be good, you know?
You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. He will totally show his ass, I'm sure.
Let me float another idea out to you, too. So everyone kind of be thinking about it. So I was thinking about countering, you know, this, they call this the final experiment. It's obviously not experiment, it's not final, whatever. I was calling it like the first examination, the first expedition, the first endeavor, whatever. But I think we need to do something that actually will be definitive and make our own documentary. And I can tell you some stuff in private about the documentary, but that's a huge win for us, bro. We got final edit, final cut, and it's even crazier than I thought. That's just going to be a flat earth documentary, or it's not going to even exist. It's hilarious, and that's why I think the creator's doing all this, and everyone should pump the brakes and chill out because it's all good. But my idea, long story short, is to come up with actual definitive tests. So one of my ideas is like, say I'm outside Tampa, someone goes over near New Orleans, but maybe not below sea level. And then you get a horizontal antenna, you send a high frequency radio wave, you know, you do all the math. The globe Earth says it should get blocked. It's going to start going towards space, and then it's going to reflect off the ionosphere, right? Skywave propagation or whatever. So that creates a skip zone. So you just put someone right in the middle of the skip zone. If they receive the signal, it falsifies the globe, like physically, definitively. Mm-hmm. Almost every glober admits tests like that, you know, where we get even like, say, physicists and stuff from the globe side to come explain why it's not possible on the globe, and then all of us go document it like 4K and make a documentary of an actual final test of our final list of tests or experiments.
Yeah, you know, Witsit, that reminds me that FE Corps purchased 2 high-end microwave radio transmission things that to do a point-to-point test, and then it was never done because our guy Sander, that's a long story, but anyway, there are 2 high-end ubiquity microwave radio transmission dishes sitting in storage. We need to use something with them. Anyway, we can talk about all that stuff later.
Wow, we still have them?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in Europe, but we have them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, totally. And you're right. We need to start doing stuff where we're in charge of it and not the Globies. Although, you know, the Antarctica trip, that was a crazy amount of money. And I don't know that we could have ever raised that kind of money to do it where the Flat Earthers organized it. But I'm sure that there's other things that we can do that are less expensive. You know,
It would have made no sense to do that anyway, because we got lucky, and that's why I prayed a lot before I went, and I knew I was supposed to go. Mm-hmm. It's funny because Jaron said he also felt like he was like, he heard like go see, but like I prayed a lot. I knew I was supposed to go because I knew he would show me a sign I was supposed to go. Long story short, we get there and it's like beautiful, Karen. It's like there's not a cloud anywhere. It's like incredible. And they were saying that this whole year so far it had been like overcast and cloudy except for the day before, and then that day it just cleared up and it was perfect. So we landed after all that travel and sprinted straight there, and, just pulled like, 35, 40 hours straight, staying up, just taping everything. And then it got super overcast. So imagine us spending all that money as flat earthers, or raising money, and then getting there and just it being super, super cloudy.
Oh,
Like
I
it
know.
makes no sense to spend that money.
Yeah. I actually thought that was what was going to happen. I thought it was going to be overcast and you guys, it was going to be inconclusive. That's what I thought would happen. But and even before you guys left, I was like, it'd be so much more interesting if they actually see the 24-hour sun than if they don't. It'll be way more interesting. So I was actually pretty glad.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, because this wouldn't be all over the news if we didn't see anything. And, I've been saying like this. Sorry, I'm driving, so don't make me like just make you talk to me forever. But I've been saying like this. We're at war. I'm actually not a huge fan of the art of war because it requires a lot of deception and stuff like that. But when you're in war, it's a little different. And we are in war. It's kind of like a spiritual war, but we are in war. It's like an information war. And when you're in war against an opponent that's like way more powerful than you, has way more resources than you, like owns the media, owns everything, like you have to trap them in. I think. Sorry. I heard your stream playing in my headphones. You have to trap them in to basically giving you the publicity, right? And in war, you lose some people. So there's some people that are kind of weak and can't calm down long enough to just see the evidence and like be a real truther. Kai's calling them anti-truthers.
Yep.
Because like it's just like a glober, right? If you have an idea or a belief, and then you have some evidence presented that doesn't go along with that, instead of facing it or incorporating it, you just dismiss it, ignore it, deny it, say it's fake, start attacking people. That's like an anti-truther thing to do. But we're like in war, and so we had to trap these people into getting us through the censorship and bringing the conversation to the table. And since we sent like real flat earthers there, and I don't even think Jaron wants to take any interviews, well, they're going to have to ask me about the situation, and I'm just going to get the real flat earth arguments out. Mm-hmm. And so we actually just 5D chessed them, basically. So
I love it. It's fantastic. I'm so glad you guys went, and I'm so proud of you guys. Really, it's so cool. Thanks for calling their bluff.
Nice, thank you. Yeah. Well, cool. I'm glad we got some sane people. I knew the real ones were going to hold it down, though. The real ones were excited for us to go before we went. They were talking to us on the way, and they've had our back since we landed, And then one more thing, everyone's asking for all this stuff. It's like, dude, I can speak for everyone, including the Globers, dude. Everyone is extremely exhausted because, like, we didn't stop. It was like, we had an itinerary. It's like orientation here, debrief here, okay, dinner here, set this up here, and we're unpacking like 55-pound carry-on or checked bag, 2 carry-on backpacks, a huge bag of rental gear, and then a huge double-layered sleeping bag. And you have to carry all that on and off the truck a million times and through the snow and back and forth, and you're just never stopping, never sleeping. The food wasn't that great. Then there's literally a super bright sun out at all times, and it completely throws off your circadian rhythm. And of course, it's like cold and dry. It's a desert, so it's like really intense on you. And then you have to come back after doing all that travel to get there, and then doing all that the whole time you're there, and then you have to drive. I had to fly, it was like 24 hours of travel to get back.
Yeah,
and then I get back at like 4 in the. Yeah,
That's
so like
so
obviously
hectic.
we're all just tired. I'm just trying to hang out with my family a little bit.
Right, and it's
in town.
Christmas. I don't know. Let them have time with their family. That's what I was saying. I'm like, everybody's so impatient.
Yeah, and I'll say one more thing with the 360 cam, because a lot of people are saying that they're like, they didn't even do a 24-hour live stream, which I think is so goofy because no one had even done live streams from Antarctica. We go down there and like make history in the sense that we're like live streaming a lot, and we pull off internet in the middle of nowhere, away from the camp. And that was like, it's like the first year they've even had like shoddy Wi-Fi at their camp. and we're able to give you live updates and do live streams. And we actually even set up a live stream of the sun. The phone just crashed after like 12 hours. And now they've moved the goalpost that we should have gone down there and had like pristine, high quality 24-hour live stream. But we tried, it just didn't work. And then Jaron and I were like, okay, while we're here, everyone's complaining, so we got to try to do that. So I was going to put my extra phone on his little tracker mount. And then when we get back to the camp, and we have all these meetings in the morning, and we handle all that stuff. And then I was jumped on Owen Benjamin's show, and then we come back, and it's just super cloudy. And I'm like, dude, that's just going to be more of a conspiracy that, like, they can only do the 24-hour stream whenever it was super cloudy. And then, YouTube only lets you do like 12-hour streams.
Yeah.
Or if you run it continually, it drops it off and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, do we do 8 hours? No, that'll be a conspiracy. Do we do half on mine, half on yours? No, that'll be a conspiracy. And it was just super overcast, so we didn't get that out. And then last thing, the 25-hour footage, which I think is going to be the one that really makes everyone just shut up, because it's literally a 25-hour video. It's 1 terabyte. It can be uploaded to YouTube at 2x, so because the maximum's like 12 hours, so it can be like 2x. It went right over the 24 hours to show that it just keeps continuing.
Mm-hmm.
But in the description, obviously, will be a Google Drive, and you'll have like full access to the raw 1 terabyte 25-hour video. And like I said, you could get on your phone or your computer or iPad, and you can just touch the screen or grab your mouse, and you can scroll around, like those interactive 360 videos.
Mm-hmm.
And you can look in all directions, up and down, and you can see as many shadows as you freaking want to see. You know what I'm saying? You can see where the sun is, where's that camera, where's that angle. Compare it all to your heart's content. 25 complete hours. And that was so big that's an instant 360, and you have to open their files through the app. And it's so big that they're actually having to open make sure that it opens the file for us. So that they said like 24 to 48 hours. So that one, which is like this big one that I think we should get out faster than anything else, because it just really, I think, will shut people up, should be coming pretty soon. And then there's another one that's like 3.5 days long. Same deal. It's just like an insanely big file. And then we have another one where it's solar filter the whole time. So it's something like 1,700 images of the sun with a solar filter.
Oh, wow.
For
That's
24
cool.
hours.
How cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So we got lots of stuff. And then I took a bunch of thermal imager readings, so thermal distributions, and it captures all the data and stores it to the card. So I got that SD card. We got a bunch of pitch data from the plane. We got some luminosity readings from like a Lux reader. So yeah, and then we got long distance infrared shots.
Excellent.
Etc. So, yeah.
Right on. Well, that'll be fun to look at all that stuff coming up this next year. Decade of Flat Earth. It's 10 years now.
Yeah, it's a trip. And I have to say, I had called for quite a while now that towards the end of 2024, Flat Earth was going to have like its next big wave, and it was going to spill over into 2025 and be bigger than ever. And I mean, if someone hears me say that right now, they're probably like, yeah, I bet you did. But you can check it. And that's clearly what it looks like it's about to happen, yeah. So let's just, I think the closing thing I want to say, Karen, is like, the only thing out of all this that has been bad for Flat Earth is some of the Flat Earthers' reaction. Because when you start going crazy and saying it's all fake, what that looks like to the audience, to the outside person, is, oh, this really does destroy Flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because this person's freaking out. And then it also gives them this perfect material to fit their stereotype or caricature of Flat Earthers that, like, we just outright deny reality and deny evidence. We just say everything's fake and gay no matter what it is if we don't like it. And we're like schizophrenic, paranoid, whatever. That fits their stereotype, and it really does make it look like it destroys Flat Earth when you freak out that much and turn on like your own, when in reality it doesn't destroy Flat Earth. And we've already known that the sky is impossible to fully grasp. And like they made the globe from the sky, so of course it matches. That's how they made it. And we physically measure the surface. There is no curvature. That's what proves the Earth is not a globe. So if the Flat Earthers are just like chill and positive and happy about the whole thing, then we're in a great position. The only thing that can make us look bad or can hurt us right now is Flat Earthers just eating their own and freaking out.
Yes, so. I agree 100%. 100%.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting me rant for so long on your show.
No, thanks for calling. I'm so glad you called. It's good to hear from you. Yeah. So enjoy Christmas, enjoy your family, and don't let the haters get you down.
Yeah, back at you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were built for it. It's all good. All right. I love you. We'll talk soon.
All right. Love you too. Take care.
All right. Later.
Witsit Gets It.